six charges in the Donald Trump election interference case. Trump now faces 10 charges instead of 13. He is still accused of criminally conspiring to try to overturn the 2020 presidential election. I'm Tyrone Bowman. This is Tyrone Bowman Tonight. According to the Washington Post, a Georgia judge dismissed 3 of the 13 charges against former President Donald Trump and some of the charges against his allies in the sweeping election interference case, but declined to dismiss the entire indictment. In a 9-page order issued Wednesday, Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee dismissed 6 of the 41 counts in the indictment against Trump and his allies, who are accused of conspiring to try to overturn the 2020 presidential election in Georgia. All other dismissed charges are related to pressure that Trump or 5 of his co-defendants allegedly put on state officials to change the results. As written, these 6 counts contain all the essential elements of the crimes, but fail to allege sufficient detail regarding the nature of their commission, i.e., the underlying felony solicited, McAfee wrote. The judge added, "This does not mean the entire indictment is dismissed." McAfee pointedly declined a defense request challenging the overacts tied to charges, meaning they are still part of the overall indictment. Prosecutors can still present evidence related to the dropped charges, as they argue that Trump and his allies criminally conspired to try to overturn the election. The 6 counts, which also implicate former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani, former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, and former Trump campaign attorney Robert Cheeley, John Eastman, and Ray Smith, were related to an alleged pressure campaign against elected officials, including Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, a Republican, members of the Georgia Senate, and then Georgia House Speaker David Ralston, a Republican as well, to undo Trump's loss in the state. One of the 3 charges against Trump that was dropped was related to the phone call Trump and Meadows made to Raffensperger on January 2nd, 2021, in which Trump told his fellow Republican he wanted to find enough votes to overturn his defeat in Georgia. A recorded conversation that sparked the investigation into Trump and his allies when it was made public. The second charge is related to a December 7th, 2020 phone call Trump made to Ralston, urging him to convene a special session of the legislature to reverse Joe Biden's narrow victory in the state. The third involves a letter Trump sent to Raffensperger in September 2021, calling on the Secretary of State to overturn the election and announce the true winner. Trump still faces 10 charges in the case, including violating the State Racketeering Act and filing false documents. Steve Sadow, an attorney for Trump, said McAfee made the correct legal decision. The prosecution failed to make specific allegations of any alleged wrongdoing on those counts, Sadow said in the statement. The entire prosecution of President Trump is political, constitutes election interference, and should be dismissed. The judge's decision means Meadows, who has been seeking to move his case to federal court, now faces only a single racketeering charge in the case. James Dorham, a lawyer for Meadows, did not immediately respond to a request for comment, but the legal fight over the charges may not be over. McAfee's order granted the state a 6-month window to resubmit the case to a grand jury or to seek an appeal of his order. A spokesman for Fulton County District Attorney Fannie T. Willis, a Democrat, whose office brought the indictment, declined to comment. The unexpected ruling comes as McAfee is considering motions to disqualify Willis and her office from the election case amid claims that she improperly hired a boyfriend to lead the investigation and then took vacations across the world with him that he paid for. Willis and Nathan Wade, the special prosecutor she appointed to the case, have vigorously denied any wrongdoing. I'm Tyrone Bowman. Never surrender, never quit.